Hi guys, this is Holistic Health with Harry, and today I'm joined by my good friend Karen Georgenson, who I've never connected with in this way, so that's cool. We're going to learn a little bit about your experiences, Karen. So do you want to share us, I don't know, start at the beginning, maybe your experiences maybe with the root and how you got involved and what's going on at the moment with it, or anything?
Absolutely. Well, as you know, you put me onto the Root brand. I think that's probably about maybe 8 weeks ago. Took me a couple of weeks to actually order the Cleanslate, and so I've now been on it for exactly 6 weeks. And my first drop of Cleanslate, my neck and shoulder pain that I've had for well over a decade, it literally disappeared, and I was like, this can't be happening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow.
You know, I'm just like, just don't be so silly.
Wait,
This can't.
one drop?
Yeah, one drop.
One drop.
And that is it. It hasn't come back since.
Whoa.
But this isn't. I've got friends that have said the same thing, that they've had one drop and the pain in their thumb's gone, or you know what I mean? It's not. It's truly miraculous stuff. It's and you have to try it to believe it, kind of thing, because people, it does sound too good to be true, doesn't it?
It does a little bit, even to me, even though I already heard of the one drop story. Yeah, that's why I asked you about it. Like, it's a bit even for Clayton, isn't it? Like, it's just one drop. But
yeah. But like, yeah, I'm not going to argue with it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, you took the one drop from it.
So I took the one drop. So that was 6 weeks ago. And as we've been advised to do, start off with one drop in the morning, one in the evening. I'm now up to 5 drops in the morning and 5 drops at night. I've tried going up to 10, but I don't think it's necessary. We all sort of feel different things with the drops. So yeah, I find 5 in the morning, 5 at night is perfect for me. I take that with a 0 in first thing in the morning as well, which is definitely my happiness pill. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And then, of course, now we've added Restore to the whole system. Which
you got that, Karen? When did you get that? I think I saw you put last week. Was it you got it? Do you know what? I'll be honest though, I can't, because I see people in black and white all the time. Even this interview, I should have taken it off. Let me take it off now, like, so I can actually see, because I want to actually. It's nice to see. It's like I'm watching a black and white movie all the time with people. It's a bit weird. Okay, so oh yeah, there's definitely orange there.
Yeah, there's definitely orange there.
Yep.
Look, yeah, I did put a wee note up on the Root group saying that I'd just before I was going to bed last night, I thought I'm gonna have a nice sachet of Restore. I just felt like that's what I wanted to do, and have a nice sleep. So I had it, and then I rubbed the end of it on my face, and then Bonnie the dog was looking at me, so I let her lick my hand.
Yeah.
And then I went back and wiped my face again with the same hand that she had just licked. So I had a nice face mask of Restore and dog slavers. So it was lovely. So
that's lovely. Yeah. Does your skin always look this good, if you're being honest? Because it does look good right now. I'm just wondering if you notice a contrast or not. Like,
I think it's given it kind of a bit of a shiny. I think maybe the bags under my eyes have gone slightly. I mean, I know I've still got them, but I think they've improved.
Nice.
So I need to take more note of that the next time I use it. But sorry, I'm jumping from that into the next, because it's also exciting. So I'll go back to the Cleanslate. So 6 weeks on it, neck and shoulder pain gone, sleeping like a baby, which I haven't done. Not had a migraine in 6 weeks since my first drop.
Oh wait, and so so I guess you was having migraines a lot before? I hate migraines.
2 to 3 migraines for the past 5-6 years.
Well,
2 to 3 migraines. Sorry, a week.
A week. That's a lot. Yeah.
It's too much for anybody to bear, to be honest. Sometimes you just get over a migraine, and an hour later another one could come on. So to be migraine free is like, I have no word.
What do you think it was that was causing your migraines? If you was to theorize your migraines and your back pain, what was it specifically inside your body? Or would you just say toxicity? What do you reckon it was that's gone now, apparently?
My migraines definitely came from my neck and shoulders. I know that, and it gets worse when I lie down. So does my neck and shoulder gets worse. So I could go to sleep and wake up with a migraine. So, you know, when you've got a migraine, you want to sleep. But in actual fact, it was lying down and going to sleep that was giving me migraines.
Right.
So I have had acupuncture, massages, you name it. I've tried it all for my shoulder, and I did kind of come to the conclusion that it was a bit of an emotional block.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't I have no idea how Cleanslate works with emotional, but it
Right.
does.
Yeah, I
Because
like
as
that.
you know, spiritually, it does, it makes you want good food. It kind of changes you. It's the most wonderful thing to experience, hence that we all want everybody else to experience it. But there's, as we know, there's a lot of skeptics out there that just, you know, they don't believe it. So at the moment, I am giving out as many kind of, any money that I've earned so far in commission, I have bought more to give to people samples.
Wow. Yeah, that's how kind. Yeah. Because it's so powerful for you and it's changing your life. You want to share that with other people with the commissions that you're getting from it. That's cool.
I mean, hopefully there'll come a point where I'll be able to keep a wee bit of commission to myself. But at the moment, it's money that I never expected to have.
Yeah.
And I don't need it. So why not use it to help other people? And I know for a fact, I know that once people have started the I don't mean as in this to get a sale. I just this to help and heal people. It's my sister who lives. I'm up in Scotland. She's down. I've got a sister down south in Newcastle. I sent her Cleanslate on Friday. She received it on Saturday.
Yeah.
She started it Saturday morning, had a drops one Saturday and evening, and she said she had the most marvelous sleep, and she woke up today pain-free, and she hasn't had that for a very long time. She's got she's been diagnosed with fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
But as we know, all these things, they're just names. It doesn't matter if it's fibromyalgia or dementia or arthritis, or they're all the same. They're just all given different. Do you know what I mean? It's inflation and heavy metals and toxins that's causing they just give different names to, because people like to be diagnosed. People love to, you know, oh, I've got arthritis, you know, and go to the doctor and have that attention from the doctor, and you know, the doctor will give them their nice pills, but none of that helps. It makes, as we know, it makes them worse, because it's just more toxin going in the body. But it's difficult to get people to understand that.
It is, Karen. I think it's especially hard. Just want to re-emphasize the point that because it's a new company that started during COVID, and I don't think it's an accident, by the way, that it started like the God, whatever you want to call this problem, whatever it's caused by psychopaths or whatever you believe in it, the solution by the consciousness has come in, and this is definitely a strong part of it. And what was I going to say with that? I was going strong with that. Oh yeah, it's a new company. And because of that, people are skeptical because it's not established. It's not been around for 20, 50 years, which comes with that, oh, look, we can trust it because it's new. People are very, and plus the M&L aspect of it, it's not really an M&L. It's more like, I don't know, try it, like you said, and see for yourself. You've got nothing to lose really, apart from what, $70? Like, Jesus.
Am I not correct in that it's money back guarantee as well?
And it's a money back guarantee company. And I wouldn't be surprised if they told me that the return rates are extremely low, because I've not heard many under me that have ever bothered. I get the negative on the business plan, and I think I've maybe one out of 200 so far. It's very low, the return rate, because it all works. So yeah, exactly. But yeah, this is the issue. What we got with it, it's just not being, because it's new. There's a lack of everything's new. The groups are new. They're not as big as other groups because it's a new company. So yeah.
Yeah, everybody will, you know, proof, you know, show me the scientific evidence. And it's just like, well, listen to the people. We don't need to always listen to the scientists, listen to the people. That's, you know, it's the same. Oh, I don't know what subjects we should touch on here, but, you know, it's the same with vaccines. It's like, listen to the people.
Yeah, we go there. The vaccines are all crap too. They're actually, this is the solution in a way to the vaccines for the people that are still going to, whilst we try and tell them not to do the vaccines, often people that we love, including my parents, they'll take the vaccines and maybe this will help them since they've already made that decision. You can't beat yourself up if they've already done it and you tried your best.
No,
That's gone.
absolutely.
But the future is you could potentially get them on the product, and then it'll help a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to take out everything, but it does do a
No,
lot.
of course. Yeah, absolutely. I started my 90-year-old mum on Cleanslate yesterday.
Did you? Oh, well
Um,
done. How did you do that?
and
Convince her for that one? Do you just like say it's some medicine?
I tend to take a lot of supplements and stuff anyway. So and I had told her that I'd taken a new supplement and got rid of my migraine. So when I offered it to her, then and she took the vaccine a month ago, much to my disgust. But anyway, that's that. As you say, everybody's free to do what they want. So again, I haven't actually spoken to her today. I should have told her before we spoke.
Yeah.
To see what, but obviously we'll catch up with that. But yeah, I've got 13 friends and family on it at the moment.
That's really good. Yeah.
13 humans and 5 dogs.
Oh, lovely. Oh, and the pets too. We can talk about that in a bit. Yeah. So I feel like when Clayton says that, and I agree with him, that everyone, no matter how big or small you think you are, you have people that trust. And you're a great example with that, Karen. Now you said there's people that either they're, even if it's just friends and family, that just a small group of 13. It's not small, but each person counts. Everyone has like, and do you know what? I was interviewing Sanj a few days ago, and he wants to get back in it because it's changing his life so powerfully. He's realizing that he has an obligation, like in his brain. It's like you can't really keep quiet about it. I mean, you can, but he's feeling this karma thing. Like if you've got something that really transforms your health, you have an obligation and it eats you up just like it does with you. So you can give it to people that trust you. And it doesn't matter if it's 1,000 people or 5 people, but if it's something so powerful, it's going to transform their health, you know?
Share that. Do you know what I mean? It would be criminal not to try and get them to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
If you've got something so powerful, of course you want everybody to try it. And if they try it and they don't like it, then so be it. That's fine. At least I've tried.
Exactly.
But if I was to have any customers that wanted their money back, I would just give them their money back because I'm going to use it myself. Or do you know what I mean? It's not like you're going to be stuck with a bottle that you can't get rid of. So
yeah, I feel like some people don't, very few people, but some people don't notice. I tell people before they start a lot now, starting to look at your skin, see if it improves a lot from just 5 drops a day, twice daily. Also look at your hair, because my hair's got so much more cleaner than even the beloved urine therapy that I love on my skin, which is beyond phenomenal. And I trigger people all the time with that. Like it's more powerful in a way than any urine that they'll ever use in age. But just watch. And sometimes people don't get it, and that's cool. But quite often you'll have people like yourself that 1 drop, 5 drops, and these stories, and then you'll become loyal to it because it's transformed your life, and then the obligations to help other people come. You know, I didn't start it from the idea that I was particularly unhealthy, but I'm a good observer. So I didn't have major pain issues, but I could feel it in my body doing a lot more than almost any other supplement. And I still take a lot of supplements secretly, just messing around because I'm trying to figure out right now what I want to affiliate with. And I only want to affiliate with the most powerful shit. And this supplement over like the 20 or 30 that I've tried today is like number 1. By far, the Cleanslate one, absolutely shocking. As it is.
Totally.
Crazy.
Yeah, fantastic.
Can we talk a little bit about Bill? Because I like Bill's story. That's particularly, you were the one that got, is it Bill Gillespie? You got him on it, and maybe share what's going on with him that I read in the Root Nordic.
Yeah. I used to work with Bill. We were in the bar restaurant trade. So I used to work alongside Bill. We're going back several years now. And just as you know from the Facebook group, how we invite people into the Root group from Facebook friends, and genuinely kind of go through people thinking, you know, they could potentially really benefit from the Cleanslate. So yeah, Bill got on board. I think he must have watched all the things going on in the Root group, people's stories and stuff. And now, if my memory serves me well, I think Bill had a stroke.
Right.
Can't quite remember. And he's also got, I know he's got a metal plate in his back, I think it is.
Oh, titanium, is it? Those titanium plates or something. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I think so. Hopefully one day you'll do this with Bill anyway, and you'll get
I'm sure we will in the future, because I think he's in love with it. So carry on. Yeah. He's had this major issue.
Probably you know as much as I do about Bill, because he's kind of put it out there on the Root page, just saying that he's sleeping better, he's not weighed himself, but he knows he's losing weight. given it to his partner, and his partner is a bit skeptical about it, but I quite like that, because
Yeah.
you know that you know what's going to happen. So
Well, then you can't accuse them of placebo if they're you can't. There's no placebo going on there. They're skeptical and it works. But you can rule out that.
Exactly. So yeah, Bill, and I think Bill, I think he's kind of craving good food, which seems to happen. And I think because you're saying that you didn't have sort of much pain, or you didn't really need to take it, but I think because you were kind of so clean and so and not a lot of pain, that it's helped
young.
you another way.
I'm just
It's
young.
helped
That's what it is. I'm just younger, less toxin. Literally, that's the factor as well. I'm just the younger you are, the more healthy you are. Do you know, the older, the more toxins that come up. So, but yeah,
yeah, absolutely. So I think because of that, it's helped you even more. You know what I mean, spiritually and brain wise, and because it's you're just phenomenal on it. You're just like
cheers, Karen. I agree with you, by the way. I like the aspect you're bringing to the table with the fact that you might suspect it was emotional issues that were holding your back, because there is something to it. I like what Sandy says too. It brings out the higher self, the true self, the clean slate, because it's so powerful with just a couple of drops. So if there's emotional issues, it does pull out the heavy metals a lot and very quickly, but maybe it's deeper than that problem with you and a lot of people, and even me, because I feel that's weird. Just before I interviewed Sanj, I got a new bottle in and I took a few drops and went outside to the garage station. And I remember thinking, I feel like an alpha male, because I'm always working towards trying to become I'll rephrase, divine masculine. I was really feeling it as I was walking, and I reminded myself just about 10, 15 minutes before I took a couple of drops of Clean Slate. I think there was a strong correlation between your best self that you want for yourself, that Clean Slate allows you access to, and because it's so powerful. It just
Absolutely. Yeah. It's charts, isn't it?
It's amazing. Oh, can we go back to Bill as well? Because I remember Bill saying, actually, this is what I want to say. Like, I saw on his post, he said he had kidney pains, and because he took, was it 10 drops of Clean Slate?
Yeah, I think Bill is a big guy. I don't know what height he is, but he's I'm tiny compared to Bill, so I can understand why he needs 10 drops. Twice a day kind of thing. I think size probably has a lot to do with it.
I think so. Oh yeah, your body. Oh, it definitely does, because we know that babies only need one drop, don't they? Small bodies.
Yeah, and that's just common sense, isn't it? If Bill can take 10 twice a day, then I'm not going to give that to my cat. My cat has one. She just has one drop a day, sometimes two.
Oh,
yeah, and the dog Bonnie has sort of 2 to 6 drops a day. It just just depends. But yeah, sorry, back to Bill.
So he took 10 drops, and then he's in the morning, and then he said on the testimonies that he got kidney pains, and what me and you have heard before in the group, and he was confirmation of, that Clean Slate removes kidney stones. What was going on was, we reckon, is that he had kidney stones that was coming out from just drops of Clean Slate. Kidney stones, which are not easy to dislodge, even with distilled water. They're quite stiff and hard. So that's amazing. The drops are doing it. And then we recommended to him, I think he's got a choice. He can either titrate down, which is no judgment, just go a little slower, or, which I think he's going to do, he's going to carry on with the same speed and just get it all out in one go. So
I think so, yeah. As I say, he's a big guy. He's like, he's over 6 foot. He's broad. He's big. So that's why I said just take it like a man, because I know he's more than capable of doing it. So he's gonna just I think he's one to watch, actually, Bill, because Bill's gonna love it as much as me.
I think so. Yeah.
He's gonna.
I'm happy for both of you. Like, all the people you're helping, all the people that. It's not even about the money. I mean, the rewards plan is great for sharing people, and like you said, eventually you'll get to a place where you two can keep the money and stuff. But it's more than that. It's more about helping people's health and having something that's actually worth the money, that you try and you'll see the power of it. And ultimately, actually, the more ill you are, the more profound a result you'll see for your physical health. But like you also said, for me, that wasn't ill physically, but mentally, maybe I can really go to the highest spiritual, to who I really am, that the spiritual powers can get accessed. Sanj takes the zero in before meditation, Clean Slate before meditation, oh my God, before yoga. All these things are in synergy. It's not just, what I'm saying is, there's a lovely angle I love with these supplements with physical health issues, serious. But there's another angle too. Are you into free therapies, spiritual, you don't have any physical health issues because you've been going hardcore with urine therapy or something, take it too. Like, don't just be like, oh, I don't need it now. I'm because I still see on my wall, Karen, people getting, well, I don't know, triggered or whatever. They'll say, all I need is urine therapy. I saw that yesterday from people I love, but they don't get it. It's not all you need. Why are you limiting yourself to thinking you just need urine? You can do anything. You can take the clean slate or just raise your vibration to a level they'll never know because they never try.
Yeah. I mean, it's like having a choice of fruit and saying I only need the grapes. It's like, well, you don't. You need all. You need the bat. You need it all. You need all the fruit, kind of thing. Honey, would you excuse me for 15 seconds while I go and give the cat some food because she's meowing away.
Absolutely, and then afterwards we'll come back on the pets. I was actually going. That was weird. I was going to actually say about the pets. So I'll pause it. I'll pause the recording. Yeah.
Count me down.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
She was being sick constantly every day, and my last cat kind of died. Well, she did die of a tumor, and she was sick every day. Cut a very long story short, I stopped giving Bliss kibble, and the day that I stopped giving her kibble was the day that she stopped being sick. Because
what's kibble? What is kibble?
Kibble is like dried food for cats and dogs. So like the complete food for dogs that people give them their entire lives. Wow. You know, can you imagine just eating dried biscuits your entire
standard dog and cat food their entire lives without whatever they're supposed to eat. And by the way, I think maybe dogs supposed to eat meat. I don't know if cats are, I don't know, because they eat birds and stuff. But whatever your thoughts on that, like, to eat that shit like constantly, not cool.
No, I know. No, I mean, my Bonnie doesn't tolerate animal products, so I think you probably know that she's on a plant-based diet.
Oh, awesome. I think you can do that if you start them early, right? If you start them at the beginning, then it makes it much easier. If you get them without the meat at the beginning, then it's very much possible.
Yeah, although Bonnie, she hasn't. She adores dinner times. You know, she gets fed 3 times a day, and she runs around in circles to get her dinner. But so she should, because it's almost all organic. Everything's home cooked. You know, even I don't open a tin of beans. Everything is cooked from scratch. Pinto beans, chickpeas, buckwheat. You know, whatever it is. So she's well fed.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. And did you say that you're giving so let's talk about what you're observing and what you're giving your cat and dogs in terms of the root and clean slate, and why are you doing that? Because some people will be like, it's just for humans. Why are you giving it to animals? Maybe. So
Bliss has more or less she's coming up for 11 this year. Her diet has been a fish diet because she loves fish, and every time I give her beef or chicken, she's just not interested. But I now know, obviously, having all that fish, the amount of mercury that she must have in her is, there's no, who could measure that? So that's the reason that I've taken her off fish. She's onto, I try her with, she gets a bit of raw mince mixed in with some meat, with like cat food, which is not great, but to home cook for a cat is a whole new ball game, and I have enough cooking to do. So I am going to try and manufacture plant-based dog food and get that on the market.
Oh, but what? You're going to try and get your own thing going with that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's what's on the cards just now. So I've kind of got my contacts. I just need to get some recipes together and then get a nutritionist to, you know, check it all out and make sure it's all good to go. I am not trying to convert dogs into a plant-based diet. I just want them to have more nutrition in the diet that they've already got.
Yes, with you. Yeah.
It's just like commercialized food for humans. You know, it's not complete good food. It's terrible. Most of what's in the supermarket isn't even food. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's come out of the ground or the tree, or if it's not from Mother Earth, it's not food.
And then it goes even deeper, Karen, because even the food that does come out from the ground now is full of pesticides and glyphosate, especially in America, but even here a little bit, and the chemtrails, if you believe in that, which I do. So then, and that all ties in with the clean slate, because then at least you're covering your ass majorly. So you're going to take the good food with some poison on it a little bit, but then you just remove a little bit more of the poison with the clean slate.
We can't. It's impossible to live life without getting toxins. Doesn't matter how healthy you are, how good you think you eat. You know, as you say, organic food. We can't avoid it anymore. So if we can't avoid it, and as Clayton says, then what better than to have something that can actually keep keep us clean. It's just awesome. It's just like,
it is. I'm lifelong on it, and I don't know. I said this before to people. I don't know if I could commit at this early stage to many things that I'm going to be life on supplement wise. However, I have made a commitment to the root one, and it's not because of the money side of it. It's literally because of the power side of it. It's phenomenal, and like you said, and Clayton keeps reminding us quite rightly, we're full of toxins. This never-ending game of toxification through heavy metals, even from the foods you eat, the air you breathe, the EMFs bombarding you. It's all bullshit. So I'm literally lifelong on the route. That will never change unless the company stops. But I don't see that happening. I just see it growing. So
absolutely, for sure. No, it's.
would you be lifelong on it? Just out of interest.
Oh, I would think unless something happens in the world and they start treating us better and they stop the chemtrails and they stop the crap of the food and then if the whole world changed, then we might not need it, but that would be a good thing. But
yes. I'd actually challenge you there and say, go back to what we said earlier, that even when all of the crap is completely stopped, it just, even when the physical health problems have gone, like then you just got next level of the Kundalini awakening, the chakras exploding, and then do you know what I mean? Even then it would be amazing to have, even if the world is perfect, you just take it. So like,
it can only get better no matter what.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So what's your routine exactly with the cat and the dogs? You giving them one drop? And are you noticing a difference? Because I can't remember if you said it before in the root group. I'm probably going to guess you don't notice a difference. Some people do, but that's cool. But I'm not saying nothing happens. But do you notice anything with them, or? With
Bliss, it's hard to tell because I stopped her kibble, so I know that's what stopped her being sick.
Right.
But she has had a bit of diarrhea the last couple of days, which is really unusual for her. But I'm putting that down to detoxing.
Yeah. Oh, diarrhea from the Cleanslate, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I don't think there's anything to worry about. I'm not one to rush to the vets anyway. The vets don't tend to like me very much. I mean, since I got Bonnie, which is 2.5 years ago, I have fallen out with 4 vets.
Right. Yeah.
That all they want to do is vaccinate her. I take her for problems that she's got with her ears, and they're like, we need to get her vaccinated. I'm like, no, she's probably got problems with her ears because she's been over vaccinated. We don't have our medical background, and yet they still want to continue with more and more toxins and more heavy metals, which she's already suffering from. But in 2.5 years, I have literally changed her life. I have kind of healed her, and it's lovely. It's lovely to see.
Yeah, I can only imagine now it's going to go quicker now with a Cleanslate that they're on, Bonnie and your cat. I can only imagine. I can't see it getting worse. Like,
no, definitely not. So Bliss is hard to tell, but I know for a fact she's eaten so much fish throughout her life that the Cleanslate can only be doing good for her. And she's gone from having like free food kibble just whenever she wants to she has to come and ask for her food now. That's why you heard her crying. But she's eating like, and I don't know if this is to do with the Cleanslate, but she's eating like up to like 6 sachets of food a day, and she's tiny. She's absolutely tiny. She's not putting on weight. So she's certainly got a good appetite. So but even if I can't see it, I know that it's got to be healthy. It can't possibly.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and I think maybe it's a slower process. Like due to what you said, the toxicity might be so deep with the mercury from the fish, the sardines, and the littler the fish, the more. Is it the littler the fish, the more mercury?
Your tuna.
Oh, right, okay, the bigger fish. But then if you eat loads of little fish, that's a lot of mercury over time, isn't it? Like adding up, like to.
Yeah, but if you can imagine the predator, the tuna is eating the smaller and smaller fish. So the tuna is getting the accumulation of all the mercury kind of thing.
Yeah,
so the bigger the fish.
And I know what they say, Karen. I know they say that in the sardines there's selenium, which is an antioxidant that removes. But it's like the good is so small compared to the mercury, which is one of the worst. As Clayton says, I was literally going to sound like him now. It's like one of the worst neurotoxins to man, and that's true. It's just a disaster. There's loads of heavy metals, and mercury's right up there. So there's no argument. I mean, hey, listen, if you want to eat loads of fish, that's cool. But I mean, take loads of Cleanslate if you're going to do something like that. Jesus, you need it.
Yeah. Well, I've had 8 of my mercury fillings removed. I've got 4 left, which I don't think we're going to take out because they're really dodgy. They've been packed, which have cracked my teeth.
Yeah.
So I may well, especially now that I've got Cleanslate, I may well just
leave them in.
I mean, I think Clayton said that the older the fillings are, then the less toxic they'll be now.
Is it? Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
We can double check that with Clayton, but I'm sure that's what he said, that they're more toxic when they're new. So
oh yeah, that makes sense, because like I'm just thinking from like carpets and off-gassing. You know, when something's new, like a carpet, it off-gasses more. The older it gets, it still does come out a little bit, but less off-gassing. So that makes sense.
Yeah, and that smell of new carpet when you go into
right, and people are like, oh, they like. I mean, I'll be honest though, sounds bad. I do like the smell of petrol, but I also know it's really fucked, so I get pissed off when I smell it. But I do like the smell of it. But yeah.
That's okay. I like the smell of tar, but
yeah. I was just going to touch base quickly as well with that. So because people are going to be wondering, many people like yourself have got amalgam fillings to mercury, and they'll say, well, should we? Is Cleanslate safe? Because other stuff you'll put that's detoxifying, chelating, like a chelator, like a Cleanslate, it would be dangerous, because as soon as you put it in the mouth, it kind of leaches that mercury in. But this one apparently doesn't do that. From what I'm hearing from you and other people and Clayton, that it does something different. Like it doesn't take out.
Yeah, don't ask me to explain that, but I'll just agree with you.
Yeah, it doesn't. For some reason, it doesn't. When it touches, it leaves the metal thing, but it will pull out the mercury, which is leaching. Because I think, Karen, people that have this like yourself, it's actually one of the. Not only is mercury really bad, it's always leaching and off-gassing. It's just constantly 24/7 giving small amounts of mercury, which, by the way, is not small because it adds up over time. And if you're not doing something powerful to remove it, then it's going to affect you. I've just got friends that have been depressed, are currently always having highs and lows, like bipolar. They can be all right sometimes, but like
that's me. I'm a very person.
You're like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And in 6 weeks, I've only had one low in the 6 weeks, and it was kind of like a low energy type thing. But definitely highs and lows. But the mercury in your teeth. So like if you drinking hot tea, for instance. So I won't drink really hot tea. I'll let it cool down.
Yeah.
Because again, it makes sense. If it's really hot, then it's gonna pull the toxins out of your teeth.
Yeah.
But so many people are still unaware that these are dangerous, and they're still allowed to do it up until this day.
Yeah.
And yet, when you have these fillings removed, the dentist should be, not all of them do this, but the dentist should be like masked up. The assistants should be masked up. There should be special ventilation.
Right.
You have to wear a guard to make sure that nothing goes like down the way. Do you know what I mean? It's a big deal to have them removed.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people just think, oh, it's just going. But the toxicity that you can get having them removed it
could be worse, couldn't it, than the actual leaving it in, because it's too much in one go. And this is why I think it was Maria on the Root Nordic group. I don't know her name fully. The Dr. Marina. She talks about always get a holistic. I think she is a holistic dentist. So you're going to get it removed. Yes, and I think it might be a bit more expensive, but my God, please go down a route of getting a holistic dentist to remove it, and don't go like an ordinary scare story like what you're saying some people do. Jesus.
Exactly. And when you go to the dentist, they often. I went to one dentist privately, and when I was saying I want to have some of my fillings, start getting them removed, he was very, very much holding back, as in he wanted to know how much I knew. He wasn't going to give me he wasn't going to sit down and go, yes, you're absolutely right, mercury, this is a problem. He wanted to know how much. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes, I do. It's like if you didn't know anything, he would have tried and persuaded you almost not to get it done, only because he's heard stories clearly, but he still believes probably in his mind that it's not that bad, even though he's had people he's had to do it for. I mean, how stupid these people. Right.
But when you get these fillings removed, like when the dentist removes them, these fillings can't just get popped in the waste bin. They have got to be put into a special container, kept separately. And they've got to be lifted by specialist people because it's such a toxic substance.
Yeah.
So how on earth can anybody say that they're fine in your teeth? I mean, it's just.
That's mad. I didn't actually think of the depth of what you're saying. Like it's like almost like those radiation suits. It's like you've got to really protect yourself when it comes out. So how can it be safe when it's inside you?
Again, correct me if you might not know this. So somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain I don't know if it's just in Scotland, but I think that when you die, that they've got to remove your fillings before you're cremated
Really?
or buried because of the toxins that'll go into the ground or the toxins that'll be caused by the cremation.
God,
I'll
that
look
makes
into
sense. That makes complete sense, though, what you're saying, because it would get off gas. The heat, the fire would put it in the air, right around the fire, probably.
Yeah. Can
Shit.
you imagine that? They're so dangerous. They've got to be removed after you die.
Wow.
I mean,
that's mad. That even the mainstream knows that the danger of it. Yeah, they don't connect the dots with it being in your mouth. But it's and the environments for other people when you're dead. Yeah, it's definitely a toxin.
It's fine while you're living. It's just when you're dead they can become a problem.
Yeah, and also, Karen, the mercury temperature thermometers. I don't know if most of them are nowadays, but there certainly still are mercury thermometers. Like as soon as that breaks, you better fucking call the the poison control. Like
the light bulbs. It's exactly the same. How many light bulbs get broken and people just pick the? I mean, if you smash a mercury light bulb, you're supposed to like open the windows. Get cover up your face.
Right.
Don't take the fumes in. Open up all the windows and you're not even supposed to put that bulb in the bucket.
Yeah, that's mad. Which ones do you know off the top of your head are the mercury? Is it incandescent? I'm guessing. Is it all of them? I'm not even sure. I've heard of what you're saying though. Like
I think like the sort of the spirally ones.
Oh God, those ones. Yeah,
don't take my word for it, but I think they may be mercury. I think they may be mercury. But yeah, a lot of them will still be. There's so many hidden dangers that we're just not aware of.
Yeah, it's absolutely mad. I really think like the worst offenders are what Clayton says, the heavy metals, glyphosate, those two, but heavy metals and mercury and cadmium, lead, and they're all disasters. And then if there is a solution out there that can remove them kind of fast, then that's what makes primarily from the physical health aspect, not the emotional, the physical health aspect of what makes the Cleanslate just the most amazing thing. That is, people are shocked when they try it and they get annoyed when they don't because they don't believe it because it's a new company and it's a very small group we're creating and it's not established yet, but I do think this company is going to grow absolutely fucking huge. And how can it not, Karen, if something's so powerful and it works on you and other people so much?
The only way that it couldn't improve and get any better is if the people that are against Christina and Clayton, because there's many people against them because they are healing and helping people, and that is the last thing that these people, I call them the cult that run this world, the last thing they want is people getting healed, because how on hell will they make their money from their big pharmaceutical drugs if people are getting healed? Because we're not going to need their drugs. Well, we don't need their drugs anyway, but do you know what I mean? Fast forward 10 years from now, it could be phenomenal. It could be, we literally could be healing the world. And I know Christina says, but not to say that we're curing people, and we're not curing them. We're just removing stuff that are making them unwell. Yeah. Which is,
it does make me think, and I don't like to think down the negative path, but you did make me think that like maybe they'll find a way to completely stop it. But if they do, I'm just grateful for the time that we've had with this substance that we've got available to us now, and we've got to make the most. I don't know if they'll completely.
I don't think that will happen, but what I mean is that's the only way I could see. If it didn't work out, it would be because there's such powerful people against it, and they're against it because it's working.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So is there anything that you'd like to say before we end, like that I didn't cover and ask you, or just a final message?
No, I'm really bad from jumping from one subject to another.
Me too. We both are. That's cool.
Yeah, that's okay. Bonnie, golden retriever, she'll be coming up for about 8. So she was having really bad incontinence. She was like peeing in the house 2 to 4 times a day. It didn't matter if she'd just been walked or just had a pee. It wasn't to do with a full bladder. It was she'd lost control. And the same as my neck and shoulder, she had 1 drop.
Yeah.
6 weeks ago. She's not peed in the house since.
Really? And she was doing it all the time before? A lot?
Yeah.
Wow. 1 drop again.
Yeah, and I don't even understand how that works, but I don't really care.
No, and I like the mystery aspect of it too. Like, why do we need to know everything exactly? Like,
Yeah, exactly. But it's incontinence, which I thought I had put down to her being spayed, because a lot of dogs that have been spayed get incontinence, which makes sense, because if you start removing body parts, then there's got to be a consequence for it. It's the same that women have hysterectomies. In my belief that we shouldn't be having all these body parts removed.
yeah.
And it's the same with dogs. I don't think that we should be removing their testicles and spaying the bitches. I understand why we're told that we do it, but if we were all responsible, we wouldn't need to do it.
Yeah.
They say that if they remove like a dog's testicles, they won't get testicle cancer. It's like, well, no, of course not.
Well, yeah, they won't have fun either. They'll be able to live a normal life.
You know what I mean? Look, my way of thinking has really changed over the sort of last decade, kind of thing. But yeah, with Bonnie, I can't explain it, but
That's amazing, that one drop. And now that, like we said earlier, now that the physical health issue is gone, the primary one, it doesn't mean that it's not working on the animal. It just amplifies, because I think animals have chakras too. I know they do, and all these amazing spiritual, they can access their superpowers now and start experiencing freedom that they've never experienced through you. And by the way, quickly before we leave as well, for people that think it's placebo, and that's okay if you think it's placebo, by the way, because placebo is something, but
sure.
why does it work on animals? If it's why did it work on Bonnie? Does Bonnie know that it's clean slates are powerful? Is it?
Absolutely, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's it's. I haven't even got. I should really have one here to hold up, but
Yeah.
no, wait, I will get one.
Yeah, sure.
Just in case people think I'm talking us, so I have got my clean slate.
Hey, yeah, I love
clean
it.
slate.
And you got to restore. Oh, jealous now. Okay.
Yeah, and Bonnie's been getting a wee taste of Restore as well. She
and likes it.
Yeah, she's loving it. She's loving life. She loves life. She teaches me to love life. So
Oh yeah, dogs do, and especially when they've not got a physical ailment, they'll do it anyway. To be honest with you, they teach you so much about presence. But when they're really the best they can be through the health, that just helps you so much. So
absolutely.
So yeah, Karen, I appreciate having you on. I really appreciate what you're doing in the community. I'm so grateful that you had the courage and willingness and openness. It took a while because it took me a long time too to try it eventually. Got a free bottle. So thanks for trying it. And I'm so happy that I'm blown away, to be honest, with this one drop.
Really quickly, this really quick story.
Yeah, sure.
Of a lovely guy that I see when Bonnie and I go our walk every morning.
Mhm.
And I won't say his name in case he doesn't want me to say so, but he obviously knows that who I'm talking about. And he stays at one of the hostels just off the walkway, and it's for drug and alcoholic. It's for people that are addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Cut a very long story short, I gave this lovely man a bottle of Clean Slate.
Yeah.
And he's actually going to buy it. He's already said he's going to buy it from me anyway. So but that's not
Cool. Yeah.
But he's gone from not remembering the last day that he'd never had a drink.
Yeah.
To over the last, I think he started maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I get a bit lost with time. He's been having a couple of days off the drink here and there. So actually having whole days, entire days with no drink.
Yeah.
He has painted his room.
Yeah.
He's eating fruit. He's never eaten fruit in his life before.
Yeah.
I can see that he's losing weight, and he's now saying that he wants to give up alcohol. And that's not been me. That has been Clean Slate.
Whoa. That's
I've not
insane.
had a. Do you know what I mean? I've just given him the bottle and sort of said, "See how you get on with that."
Yeah, the true self is coming out. Yeah, that's it. That's insane. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that one. Jesus Christ.
And it's just so good, though. It feels so good to know that you were part of helping that person.
I think, Karen, there's things that we know that we're always doing, like even little conversations and relationships with, planting seeds here and there. That okay, we always do that anyway. But when something moves the needle of someone's health physically, emotionally so much like this, it's even more rewarding than the subtle things that you kind of don't get the feedback from, because it is massive feedback, this. So yeah, that's so amazing, and God knows how many more people, dare I say, that we are going to help in the future with this product, me, you, and many people watching this that have tried it, that feel the obligation to share it with their friends and family.
It's such a wide range of what it helps, and as you say, people have got to be aware of when they start taking it, you know, almost take note of, well, I have this, that, whatever, because, you know, the likes of anxiety can disappear. Mine has. But if you're not aware of it, you're not conscious of it, you don't know that it's actually helped.
Yes. And you lived with it so long that you take it for granted and think like, oh, do you know what I mean? Like, it just becomes a part of you. So it's always been there, and now it's gone. It's like, you don't even, sometimes you don't realize it. It's very true. You did, but not everyone does all the time.
Yeah. No, you've got to be aware of where you're at and where it takes you.
Yeah, which is it's also why I'd say don't do too much. I do mess about with a lot of things, but I tend to focus when I need to, and just my day will only be one thing different. Because then if you do too much, this is one criticism I have with people. Some people, they'll take it, and I really want them to understand the power of it, but they'll say to me the truth, they're taking too many things, they don't know what's working. I'm like, damn, dude, you should know. Don't do that. Just one at a time.
Absolutely. I mean, I continue to take, like, so my magnesium, you know, for sleeping in the evening, but I've always done that. So but I've definitely cut out some of my supplements to make sure that I know that it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's amazing. Good time. Yeah, so thank you so much, Karen. I look forward to getting to know you more, and watching us both grow and helping people. This video is really going to help a few people. I'm sure I'll cut clips from it too, so that'd be cool. Thanks for joining me.
I do jump from one to the other because there's just so much to say as well. But
it is, yeah.
I'm so grateful to you for introducing me to Cleanslate. It really is a life changer. And I have to say on record, you know, thank you to Christina and Clayton.
Yeah, what legends.
And everybody that is involved in the root group and the root community.
It's an amazing bunch of people.
Blown away by, like, you know, in almost every Facebook group page that you go on to, you know, you start there's always arguments going on and bicker. There's none of that in the root group. It's everybody's just there to help. Like, it's just lovely, isn't it? It is a family. It's a family.
I do love it. There's a huge aspect of it. Like, yes, you've got a powerful product and it is phenomenally powerful, but at the same time, if there's no community, sometimes what will happen is people will stop taking it. They'll just forget about it. And like, no, the community aspect of it is what I love too. I mean, I'm lifelong in the community with you guys, and Clayton, Christina, the Zooms every Tuesday, and I'm in it for life. And for me as well, because I'm making okay money from it, that motivates me even more. It's definitely not about the money, but it is nice to have the money so that I can buy and experiment and do other things. So
of course it is. And the more money you've got, the more you can help other people. Do you know what I mean? For whatever way you want to use it, but more money is more help.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not interested in handbags or shoes or, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I've got a pair of trainers, a pair of wellies, and a pair of flip-flops. I don't need any more than that.
Yeah. And lastly as well, I've written 7 books on free healthcare, and for the first time in my 8th one, I'm going to break from tradition and evolve. And because this is so powerful, the root stuff, I'm going to write a book on the root, which Clayton's given me permission of. So I'm evolving too. I really want to get the message out there in a book format, because I think what we said earlier, it's new. The groups are small compared to other groups. So I think a book, and Christina's one as well, but the more like different mediums we can get this message out there, the more that we can help people. So I look forward to hopefully people randomly buying the book that don't know me and going, oh, cool, let's try this out, and helping people's life.
Fantastic. Christina's book must be coming out soon. Is that?
Do you know what? I can't wait. I don't know. I keep messaging Clayton. I hope that's soon. I'm not going to be too desperate. I'm not going to, but I'm same with the Restore. Hopefully that'll come next week. But the book, I'm excited for Christina's book. I can't wait, because me and you are privileged. We are the only ones that, if you can only buy that book if you have a free account. I think you have to create an account under us, then you can permission to buy the book. So I'm really
fantastic. I could talk to you all day, but I guess that you've
we've covered a lot, and I really appreciate your time, Karen. Thank you so much.
It's lovely to see you, Harry. Enjoy the rest of your day.